gonna turn the camera around and show you my view because it is stunning. How dreamy is this? Oh wow. So incredibly lucky to be here. I'm going to go inside though because it's incredibly bright. I'm here with Cupra, the car company, who have brought a load of people out to essentially drive some of their cars around the beautiful scenery on the outskirts of Barcelona. They invited me to, I had a Cupra born for the week of Wimbledon, and then they invited me to an event in September when I was already in Spain, so I was like, yeah, perfect, I'll come over to Barcelona. And then when they invited me back to this one, I was like, that's a lot of flying for one night. And so I went back to them and said, I would love to come, but I don't suppose you would be up for me taking an alternative mode of transport back to the UK and driving an electric Cupra back from Barcelona over a few days? And they were like, sure. So that is what we are doing. It is going to be a mammoth journey. Up until yesterday, I had never driven a car abroad before. I'm a pretty confident driver in the UK, but I feel like driving abroad is a whole different ball game. So I was like, well, if you're gonna do it, you may as well go hard or go home. So it's gonna be an epic few days. My friend Amelia is out here doing this with me. So we're going to be sharing the drive, and we're stopping off at some beautiful places along the way, and I thought it would be a really cool thing to document it, to show how easy driving an EV is in Europe, to show how easy alternative modes of transport are to planes, and to show how fun that whole process can be as well. And also to show that if you've never driven abroad, and you've always it's been something that you've always wanted to do. Like, I'm 31, how on earth have I got to 31 and never driven abroad? It's because whenever I go away, I'm with my family or with Jake, and he just drives for me. But I really didn't want to get to the point in life where I was then too scared to do it. So, yesterday, for the first time ever, with all the lovely people from Cupra and all the other press people that are here, I drove for the first time out of Barcelona to Sitges. It was about 50 minutes, it was absolutely fine. And that set us up for a rather mammoth leg over the next few days. So it is 9 o'clock, I'm packed up and ready to go. We arrived here yesterday, in fact I need to get a bit of a shift on. We're playing paddle this morning. It's a bit chillier than I thought it was going to be, so I'm wearing a very strange outfit of like millions of layers. And a tennis skirt. So we're going to play paddle with Cupra this morning, and then we're having lunch with those guys, and then Amelia and I are going to head off and make our way into France. So the next time I speak to you, we'll probably be in France, providing we get there in one piece, which we will, 100% get there in one piece. It's just at what time? So goodbye to one of the most beautiful hotels and rooms and views I've ever had. This is the ME Hotel in Sitges, but the Terramar one. And got my patch of the bed that I slept in. It's still a bit of a mess because I brought so much stuff, but it really is a beautiful room. I mean, I had a glorious bath last night. Anyway, it's a mess. So I'm gonna say goodbye and see you probably in France. Good morning from Narbonne in France. Amelia is here, my co-pilot. She arrived in Barcelona yesterday, and we had lunch with the Cupra team, and then we set off from Barcelona to drive to Narbonne in France. I'm whispering because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're walking through lots of people's rooms. So we stayed in a place last night called Chateau Capital. It has EV charging, it is on a nature reserve, it grows all of its own vegetables. It is honestly the most beautiful place. We are pinching ourselves. We're staying in a 3-bed apartment, which I'll show you later, but we're just going for a dip this morning in the pool. Today is the longest drive day. It's going to be about 6, maybe probably closer to 7 hours. It's Saturday, so I don't know what the traffic will be like, but the drive yesterday, so it was the first time that I drove on the Thursday, which was the first time I'd ever driven abroad, and it was fine, but it was central Barcelona. So then when we were leaving yesterday to come into France, I did the bulk of the drive. I did like 3 hours, and it was fine. Like, obviously had have a bit more concentration. But thankfully good co-pilot, and then Amelia did like the last 5 minutes of the drive. Literally 5 minutes, because it was the only place that we could pull over for her to have a go. But that was the first time she had driven abroad as well. She may have curbed it in the first 2 seconds, but after that it was great, and she was fine. And as soon as we arrived, we managed to get the car plugged into the EV charging here, so it was fully charged by like 1 o'clock this morning. And we are going to be leaving. I don't want to leave this beautiful chateau. Let me turn you around and show you where we are today, to head via the Dordogne Valley to the Loire Valley. I mean, we're just going to go for a dip in this beautiful pool. Look at the views. You should be able to see the main chateau as well. And it was the most stunning sunrise this morning. I got loads of shots on my phone, so I'll maybe insert a couple of clips here. But there's just rolling vineyards and lagoons that all spread out to the ocean. I think that is Narbonne in the distance there. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to go and explore anywhere else, but this place honestly is dreamy. There is the chateau, which has like individual bedrooms, and then all of these are little villas and little apartments. Some of them have pools. I think they're either 2, 3 or 4 bed, and this place is actual heaven. I am 100% going to come back and spend some more time here. It's just breathtaking. So, without further ado, let's go for a dippy dip. We did swim. Amelia's still swimming, but I forgot to press record on the camera. It was cold, but very refreshing. How beautiful is this? And it's deserted. So nice. Bonjour from God knows where, somewhere in the middle of the Dordogne Valley. We are about 3.5 hours into our route. We should have probably left the hotel a little bit early this morning, but we got excited, didn't we?
We did.
We spent a long time at breakfast and had a swim and stuff. But that has meant that we do not really have time to stop en route and have like a nice saunter around the village, which we were going to, and also we're still kind of figuring out the Cupra Tavascan, because it's the first time I've driven this car, and it turns out we were stopping at rapid charges and like nipping in for wheeze and things, thinking it was going to shoot us up a little bit more, and it wasn't. And it's because there's a like a battery protective mode sort of thing that was on the car, that was meaning, because we weren't in the car, it wasn't actually utilising the rapid charges, their full capacity. It was kind of like a quarter charging at the max capacity. Anyway, if you don't have an EV, this is such jargon to you, but if you do and you're wondering, maybe you've just got one and you're not pulling like really good high fast speeds at rapid chargers, that's why. But we've pulled into a Tesla charger. A lot of the Tesla network in France is open, and basically that means that you can charge here even if you don't have a Tesla, and I've just done it through the Tesla app, and it was seamless, and it's very quiet, and there are loads of chargers here, so that's amazing. So we don't have time to stop in the little village that we were going to stop at, which is a bit sad, but we really want to get to the lodges that we're staying at tonight. So what are we on now? We're on 138 kilometres. So we've got about 3 more hours of the journey to go. It was always going to be the longest day of driving today, but you just did that long leg.
Yeah.
That felt okay,
good.
didn't it? Yeah.
Smooth
Yeah.
roads.
The roads are lovely. The tolls are interesting.
Very quiet.
The roads are so quiet, it's actually mad. So I'm kind of hoping, we're pretty much on this A20 road, like nearly all the way. We do come off, so I think it might get a bit more scenic, so if it is, I'll get my co-pilot to get the camera out, and yeah, I think that might be a bit more scenic, all of that area.
Yeah,
So this, I'll
so.
show you where we're going, see where we are and where we're heading. To the Loire Valley. The Loire Valley Lodges. Really looking forward to seeing that place because it looks stunning, and we're having a really cute dinner in our lodge tonight, so at least when we get that after a long day, it's going to be a chilled evening before we go to Paris tomorrow. How mental is that? I feel like I'm still like in the English countryside, let alone the French. In Paris. Okay, we have 3 hours of driving to go. In fact, I daren't get out. Let me show you the Tavascan from inside the car, because I daren't get out because I'm scared that the the rapidness of the charging won't be as rapid, but this is very like iconic Cupra, this kind of rose gold. I had a Cupra Born a few months ago and it was very similar decor, but it's amazing. Look at the size of this screen. It's so useful to see. Obviously we've got our Apple Play, CarPlay, then maps and things, although you've just introduced me to, what's the? Waze. Which is great. Been enjoying a bit of Waze. Been enjoying all the, if you've not used Waze before, it's all these little characters that you can see on the road, lots of other people that have Waze. Oh, it's not there. But the screen is great. Love the screen. It's massive. The car itself is actually massive. This is a little phone charger. Has a little like storage section here. The boot is huge, thank goodness. The back is huge. All of our wine is rattling around. Oh, is that a sunroof? Does this come off? Don't know. What do we think? We're gonna play around with the car, and we'll see you shortly. It's a sunroof! Oh my goodness, that's amazing!
That's so nice.
Oh, I feel like my eyes have been opened to the world. Oh wow, and that was just done with this little thing here. I love that. So if you do that, you can just stop. So it could be a sunroof in the back and a non-sunroof in the front. Look at that. I feel like I'm driving a convertible. Gosh, it's the car that just keeps on giving. And I love the like really cool mood lighting. We've not driven it at night yet, but can you see all the little lights coming out here? It's like blue. Very nice indeed. So are these lights as well? It's so vibey. It's also massive, but I think it kind of suits us. What do you think? It's like a spaceship with a sunroof.
10 out of 10 from me.
10 out of 10 from me too. Oh my goodness me, that was a long day of driving. It is about 7:30 in the evening and we've finally arrived at the Loire Valley lodges, and so far so good. It looks amazing. They have free electric vehicle charging, so we are plugged in and ready to go for tomorrow. We're having dinner in our lodge this evening. This is the kind of reception and restaurant area, which looks stunning. It's kind of like Soho Farmhouse but in French. We've just been sat by the fire. Amelia's getting her instructions. We're gonna go find our lodge. Well, as long as you don't care. We have arrived in the lodge.
You're recording?
Yeah, it is amazing, and we are starving, so we're gonna eat now. Don't worry. Are you actually declothing and getting in the robe? No. You do you. You do you. Oh, bread. took a trial. I'm going down a bit with it again. Smells so good. Oh my god. Good morning from the Loire Valley Lodges and breakfast. Wow, it smells so good. Fresh pastries and juice and jams. Oh my goodness me. We woke up in a treehouse in the Loire Valley. And every time I come on YouTube, I look exhausted from driving or exhausted from just waking up. But we are having a wonderful time nonetheless. Let me sit in this egg chair and talk to you. It's 9:20. It's Sunday morning. Yesterday was a long day of driving. We were both exhausted, but we didn't think it was that bad doing it. But then at the end of the day, we were like, wow, very tired. And it did take longer than we thought to do yesterday's drive, because the plan was to charge the car while we explored a town, but we ended up, I didn't want to leave it to the battery too low before charging, so we kind of nipped into a services, I think you would have seen yesterday, and plugged in. But with that car, unless you're in the car with the ignition running, it doesn't rapid charge, so it was charging at 30 kilowatts, which is probably 30% of what the charging capabilities are. So we had to move to a different charger, same thing was happening, and then we actually figured out what the car was doing and sat in the car. So yeah, we had to sit in the car to get it to rapid charge, which we did for half an hour or so, to get it back to full. So it was fine, we needed a break, we had some lunch and stuff, but it did then mean that, and also we were having such a nice time yesterday morning, we didn't leave the hotel early enough in order to allow ourselves a proper break in the day. So we ended up just kind of doing the full drive, and it ended up being 8 hours pretty much on the road. So it was a bit of a shame, because we would have both loved to have stopped off somewhere in the Dordogne Valley and explored, but we are ultimately on a road trip. And to be fair, the amount of miles that we drove yesterday, to have only had to have stopped to charge for half an hour, 40 minutes is pretty impressive, really. The Cupra does hold its range really well. We did nip into another service station just before we came off the A20, which is the main motorway road, for 2 minutes, just to get 20 more miles. Again, just so that we weren't in kind of danger zone when we were in the countryside. And then, amazingly, we arrived at the Loire Valley Lodges. That's where we're staying at the moment. It is unbelievable. It could not be more different from where we were last night. It's kind of like the bougiest glamping I've ever seen. We've got this beautiful tree house. Obviously, we've made a massive mess, so apologies. But let me turn you around so you can properly see. So when we arrived here last night, it was completely pitch black and we did not know what we were dealing with. But we're in Lodge 15, which is a 60s theme. Why not? We have 2 gorgeous beds. We've had breakfast delivered on the pulley, which you will have just seen, looking over this gorgeous forest. And then out the back we have a hot tub, which we utilised last night. We've made an absolute mess because of our cases. Emilio, are you decent? Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Around here we have, again, the bathroom, which we've made a big mess of, but this beautiful shower. This area is the most adorable thing. It's got fridge, tea, coffee, but the bougiest type of everything. Look at these little cups that come with their own tea strainers in, and everything's loose leaf. It is beautiful here. This water, we were a bit confused by this, and then I managed to find, a lot of the instructions are in French, obviously we're in France, but I managed to find a book that was in English, and it basically said that this is tap water that's been kind of neutralised by a carbon stick that's in there. So you can drink the tap water and just keep filling this up, putting the stick in. It takes about an hour to work, 3 hours to properly work, but that's so impressive, isn't it? I love that they've done that. This was our dinner last night, which we had from the hamper. We were so exhausted when we arrived that we were so pleased that we had opted for an in-room dining, and we had shepherd's pie and it was wonderful. Let me take you out to our balcony where we spent yesterday evening in the tub, which was lovely. There's also a sauna around here. I feel like I can hear bees buzzing. That's amazing. Can you hear the birds as well? So this is a sauna. These lodges are huge. We've stayed in tree houses and glamping things like this before, but nothing of this size. And there are quite a few dotted in this jungle, but it feels so... forest. It feels so private. And the fact that they just hooked the breakfast onto this pulley this morning is so wonderful. I went for a little run this morning just to check that the car had definitely charged, which it had. Definitely not bumblebees, definitely motorbikes. Oh God. Am I thick? Yes. We need to leave in about an hour and a half, so we're going to go for a swim. The pool here is heated, so we're going to go for a little swim this morning. Come back, dip in the tub, dip in the sauna, because why not? When in the Loire Valley, as they say. And then we're going to get ourselves ready, and we're heading to Paris today, which is mental. Can you imagine waking up in a tree house and going to bed in Paris? So we've got about 3.5 hour drive today, which is not too bad. Like less than half of the journey of yesterday. So anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you and go for a lovely heated swim in the Loire Valley. Pinching myself, cannot believe that we're even doing this. So incredibly overwhelmed and grateful. This morning we were waiting for our breakfast, I've just remembered this, and we heard the buggy coming and we were like, oh my God, it's here. So we went over to have a look, and he delivered it to the other lodge. Well, I've been for a run this morning and it doesn't look like there's anybody in that lodge. So I was like, oh my God, they delivered it to the wrong one. I mean, he went, should I just go and get it? And there clearly is somebody in this lodge, they're just asleep. And we nearly nicked their breakfast. Boss. Oh my God, that would be a downer. This is the pool, heated and lovely.
Right, I'm gonna go swimming back on. I'm okay, love you, bye. 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 Thank you ever so much. Oh, we did. Right, I'm going in. Can I put my phone into someone's mic? Yeah. Oh.
We are in Paris. How long was the drive?
3 hours?
The drive was about 3 hours from the Loire Valley to Val d'Europe, which is where we parked, and we're charging the car on a slow charger. We've got the train or tram or metro, whatever, into Paris. We've just checked into our hotel, La Fantaisie, which is amazing. So yeah, dive in here if you want, if there's stuff there. Is it? Bubble tea? Damn it! We're absolutely starving, but it's like 4 o'clock, it's a really weird time. We've just booked a table at a local restaurant for 8 of the evening, but we need a little now. But we don't just want to be sat in restaurants the whole time we're here, so we are grabbing something and going, and heading to the Champs-Elysees to walk down there and see the Arc de Triomphe at the top, and just see where the night takes us. But the outfit game is strong. Unintentional matching, may I say. We both got dressed this morning, we were like, oh God. But when in Paris, as they say. From Paris. We have had a little walk this morning. I can't remember where it was up to, but it was to this amazing viewpoint and like cathedral type thing in Paris. We've had breakfast, we've just had a coffee, and we're checking out of La Fantaisie, which has been such a beautiful hotel. We've made a mess of the room, but honestly I think it's the nicest decor I've ever seen in a hotel. It is beautifully done and it smells amazing. Look at this lamp. I just need to show you this lamp. How stunning. And the bed and the carpet and everything. They thought of every single detail. We had these cute little BNBNs, some champagne. And look, I've just realised how this window opens. How cool is this? I'm talking to you.
Oh. Are you on the phone to Jenny?
How cool. So we've had the most wonderful time in Paris. We're kind of not ready to leave, but we also need to because this is a road trip ultimately. So we are heading to Loire Valley village, which is the outlet on the outskirts of Paris. And it's where we've left the car charging. So we're going to get the metro and do that now. How cool is that window? Very cool. Let me just show you the bathroom as well quickly. Look at this wardrobe. I just can't. The decor in this hotel is unbelievable. If I could have my house look exactly like this hotel, I would. And turn the lights up in the bathroom. Are they on? They're on. It's so stunning. Oh my goodness, look at the mirror. In the shower. For like a relatively... Ooh, I need to drop my phone in the toilet! For a relatively small hotel room. This shower is elite. Look at the size of it. And the bathroom decor is so beautiful. I want to take this mirror. Amelia, do you think we can wangle this mirror? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to check out now, even though it kind of hurts my heart to leave. It's just so beautiful. But we will be back to Paris and we will definitely stay at La Fantasy again. Look at the spoons. Okay. I'm gonna go. Eddie Stobart, we're officially nearly back in the UK.
Welcome home.
Have you seen that Gavin and Stacey's doing a Christmas special this year?
Oh yeah. Do you know, I've never actually seen it.
What?
I know. I've never seen it, so maybe I start watching them now.
Oh my god, start. You don't know what you're missing. Here we go, back to Amelia's music.
Yeah, I had some help.
Excellent driving. Thank you. Merci.
Perfect.
Smashed it.
Let's go.
We have arrived at Calais. It is 6:20, therefore 5:20 UK time, which is kind of strange, but what's nice is that when we get over the other side we've got about a 20-minute drive to our next hotel, so that is perfect. We'll be there in time for dinner. It's very gloomy weather all of a sudden, which is a shame because we left very sunny Paris, but we have put our booking confirmation in, we've got through the first barrier, we've had our passports scanned on the French side and now we're having them scanned on the UK side, I think.
Yes.
And then we we're going to go in the little Flexi Plus lounge and get snacks for the journey tomorrow, because we booked the Flexi Plus crossing, and that allows you to get on the day that you book it for and gives you access to the lounge. And because we didn't know what on earth our drive and our day would look like today regarding timings and charging and stuff, we did not want to be tired. I've just seen that says Chanel outlet store or channel.
Oh, channel.
2 N's. We were like, Chanel?
I think I was saying.
Yeah, how funny. Yeah, I think you can claim your tax back here somewhere, can't you? Anyway, yeah, because we didn't know what our plan was going to be, we did not want to book a specific crossing. So we have booked the Flexi Plus, which is a little bit more money, but well worth doing, I think, just to give us the freedom. And not actually that much more. So Amelia's just done the last leg, the last drive in France. We've got 55 kilometres of range left, but it is literally like 15 miles when we get over the other side, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Fingers crossed. So we'll show you a few bits from the Flexi Plus lounge if we go in there, and of our 30-minute crossing, and then we'll prop speak in England. I feel sad about it, but at least we're staying in a nice hotel again tonight. Journey so far?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. The tunes have been absolutely pumping. Amelia's fuming because I've just had to pause Fergalicious so she wants me to put it back on.
And the country tunes.
Oh God, we had 12 hours of Luke Combs yesterday, so I can't listen to him ever again. But yes, this is our current view, just queuing for a little bit of passport control, and then to the UK. Oh my God, are we gonna get under that?
What? No, we're not, are we?
We must.
Are you joking?
It's like what is it where you go under it and you like
Limbo.
I think we have to go under it.
Are you joking?
It's like a car wash. Yeah, we're nowhere near it. What? Nobody told us about that. We were just watching it.
I thought the top was going to be ripped off.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we do now?
Well, where is the lounge? There.
I think possibly, I don't really know, but I'd rather get on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like the lounge.
Unless you want to have a little look.
I don't think we've got time.
No.
And also we should have parked there.
Oh.
Last call in 4 minutes.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Au revoir, Paris, France. Au revoir.
I don't think you had to wave it, are you?
Oh, it's like French Lukey.
Not quite.
No.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
you're fine.
okay.
I'll turn. You've got loads of space this side. You're doing great. You find the side. Okay, this is really fucking weird. How good is our driver? Doing so well. Strange, we are driving onto a train. Le shuttle. Yeah, she's treating it as like a little runway. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Stunning. Woo! Oh, what she's saying. Put your window down.
Bonjour, and put your brake on the box, switch off and at one window.
Yeah, how do we switch off?
Yay! We are on Le Shuttle and we are on our way back to the UK. 7:26 French time, a little later than we had planned, but that means 6:26 when we get back to the UK, which means we're leaving at 2:45. We'll probably get to the hotel at like 7:10. And then dinner at 8. Starving.
I'm starving.
Hank. We have snacks. We have a lot of snacks actually.
We do.
Right. See you in UK. Beret's
See you
off.
soon.
The beret is off. Leaving the beret in France. Goodbye.
Il est formellement interdit de fumer.
We're on
Nous
the
vous
move.
rappelons que pour des raisons de sécurité, l'usage des flashs est interdit à bord ou donné par l'équipage. En cas d'incident détecté dans votre compartiment, vous entendrez ce signal. Suivi d'une annonce d'évacuation. Des auditions
Under
du
the
signal
sea,
sonore,
under the sea,
vous
under
devrez
the
gagner
sea, under
directement
the sea.
le compartiment voisin. Ceci est une mesure de précaution pendant la traversée. Merci de votre attention.
This is so bizarre. We're on a train in a car. That rhymes.
Weird.
It is weird because I keep expecting. It's like being in a simulator, like
Yeah.
a ride Disney ride.
It actually is.
It's our version of Euro Disney. Lovely. 48 kilometres left of range when we get back, and 24 kilometres worth of driving. perfect for an EV because you're not using any range.
Would coach drivers please close sunroofs and vents? Don't forget to put your watches backward 1 hour and to drive on the left after leaving the terminal.
Oh gosh.
We hope you've had a pleasant crossing with Eurotunnel and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
That notification just said, please remember to put your car into drive and drive on the left. And I went, and he went, good luck. So evil. That is going to be weird because we'll be driving a foreign car on the British side of the road. Good luck. Wish me luck.
Bouncing off the tyre.
Oh my god, that's it, we're literally off. Stop.
Wave.
Oh, we're in the UK now. Okay, drive on the left, Abby. Drive on the left. Drive on the left.
Here we are.
Welcome to Dover. Okay, drive on the left. Drive on the left.
We did it, the full length of France.
Oh my god, can you believe we did it? I can.
I can, but what a journey.
A mammoth journey.
Would recommend.
10 out of 10. So much more fun than hopping on a flight.
100%.
Yeah.
And you can bring back more stuff.
Yes, and in a car like a Cupra, this has been such an experience. Okay.
We love the Cupra.
We love the Cupra. Stream wagon 2, our accommodation for the last night. Post breakfast. How was brekkie at the Pig?
Amazing.
Best brekkie, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Although we said that every night. It's going to be an art as to whether I can unlock this with one hand. Oh, maybe I didn't lock it. Whoops. Cute. Oh, I mean, we've made a mess, obviously, but how adorable. We've had the fire on this morning. We've had a cup of tea in bed with the fire on. So cozy. There's little like wardrobes here. Oh my gosh, there's loads more towels.
Oh.
Didn't even realise. Beautiful shower. Can't see a thing. Let's go. We also have this amazing outdoor bath, outdoor shower, and then indoor bath, indoor shower and toilet. So I had an outdoor bath while Amelia had an indoor bath this morning. Casual. But yay, our last night. We've got 4 hours drive back to Leeds and then we're home. Home. That right there is the Cupra Tavascan parked on my drive, which is something that we've been kind of thinking about and talking about happening for the last few days, not actually imagining the time will come. We've driven an electric car, me and my bestie, who had never driven abroad prior to this week, over 1,000 miles, well over 1,000 miles, from Barcelona, across France, we've driven across the whole length of France. And what's mad is that we've only had to stop to use the rapid charging network 3 times in that whole thing because we were charging. I had very well, if I may say so myself, planned this route out to find hotels, beautiful, sustainable hotels that had EV charging. And because the Cupra holds its range so well, we did not need to stop en route very much. We just went from place to place and charged overnight. We shared the drive. We had an amazing time. Like, honestly, I cannot recommend doing something like that with your best friend anymore. It was amazing. I kind of can't believe that it's over now. I'm just going to pop you here because little Ruby's here with me and I'm going to... Yeah, what's mad is how quickly this whole trip came about. I'm just going to put a lamp on. So it wasn't as if this is something that we'd planned and been thinking about for ages. It was the complete opposite. I literally got a text from Cupra asking me if I wanted to go to this event a couple of weeks beforehand. I've always wanted to have some sort of road trip and adventure like this. So I just asked the Cupra team if they would be happy to sponsor. They were happy to pay for my flights. Obviously there's a big cost difference, I'm well aware of that. If they were happy to sponsor the drive back from Barcelona in the Cupra Tavascan to showcase how easy it is to drive abroad, for starters, particularly as two young women that had never done it before. Like, it was a pretty big deal for us to do, and to do in such a huge way. But also in an electric car, that so many people think that driving an electric car prevents you from driving a long way and prevents you from doing these sorts of trips and adventures, and it's just not the case. Especially, you know, in France, gosh, the network was amazing, but the network here in the UK is very, very impressive and more than capable of people doing these sorts of adventures. So the car is getting picked up tomorrow. I feel sad about it. I've really, really enjoyed driving it. At no point were we like, oh my god, the time isn't going down, this journey's taking forever. We just had like the best time. We just caught up the whole time. We didn't stop talking. We had good music. We obviously went to some amazing places, and I'm very grateful to the people that helped make it happen in such a short space of time. Obviously to Cupra for allowing this bonkers idea to come together, to lovely Holly from Cupra, who, as soon as I texted her and was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go down, responded straight away like, oh my god, I love this idea, and who, bless her, was kind of checking in with us on the way, and she was a bit like, oh gosh, are you doing this by yourself? This is a really big thing to do. Are you going to be okay? She was checking in on us and our safety, which was really sweet. So huge thank you to Holly at Cupra and all the people at Cupra who have allowed us to make this happen. I feel like I'm accepting an award. Thank you to Nels Travels for helping us book our accommodation for the first night. Thank you to Love It & Co for helping us book our travel for the second night, our accommodation for the second night, all the hotels, all the staff, every single person that we have come into contact. We've not dealt with a single bad person. All the people at Les Shuttle, the crossing, which is the maddest thing. You drive onto a train, you park your car, and in 35 minutes you've crossed the channel, and then you pop out the other side. What on earth? But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on now because this video is probably long enough. If you've got any questions about where we stayed, about how we did it, about the Cupra Tavascan, about charging, any questions at all, pop them in the box below, and I feel like maybe a Q&A off the back of this trip would be fun to do, because I've had loads of people in my DMs already be like, hang on, how's that worked? Hang on, how did that charge happen? How did you map this all out? On Instagram, that is. So I might do a little electric road trip Q&A. I think we more than halved our emissions by doing that, journey wise, you know, in terms of driving the car versus getting on the plane. And it didn't need to be done over 4 nights, but in order to do it enjoyably and really make it a fun experience, that was, I would say, the optimum time to do it. So I'm gonna give my little dog some love because I've been away from her for a few nights, and look at all the photos that we've taken. I captured so much more on my Instagram, so if you have been like, wow, this was really fun to watch and we would love to do something like this, you can head to Instagram, head to TikTok, and see all the other fun bits and bobs of footage and content that's on there. But thank you. If you've got this far, you're a legend. This video is almost as long as the journey driving back from Barcelona to the UK in an evening. So thank you for watching, and if you like this sort of content, then let me know, and I would absolutely love to do more of it. What an adventure it's been. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.